Hey everyone, welcome to Wednesday night watch chat with Bobby Legs. I'm not even gonna say the "and friends" part anymore. I mean, no friends. Bobby Legs has no friends anymore. That's fine. It's fine. Yeah, I know. Look, I mean, I've been all over the place with the streams and the dates, and I still gonna stick to the Tuesday night stream. But last night went to see a concert with Mrs. Legs, part of her birthday present a couple months ago. We went to go see the band Tool, one of Mrs. Leg's favorite bands, and I like them too. And man, they put on a pretty good show. I saw them in Allentown, Pennsylvania, the PPL Center. Um, they have some minor league hockey team that plays out of there. I think that they're affiliated with the Flyers, Philadelphia Flyers. Anyway, decent venue. I mean, it wasn't. It was pretty easy to get to. Man, I wish they had more bands playing there, right? Where I live, I'm kind of a good hour and a half from New York and from Philly. So to go see a show, it's pretty rough, but having something local nearby would be great. And even though it's not super close to go to Allentown or like Bethlehem or any of those places, anyway, that would be great. Anyway, Danny Carey on drums. If you guys like Tool, great drummer. Hey, Amin's here.
Hey,
What's up, Amin? How you
not
doing?
much, Rob. Good.
Good.
How are you doing?
Thanks for joining me this evening.
Yeah,
What
great.
is new? What are you wearing? Tell us.
Great to be here. I think did I show this the other day wearing Mad One green?
Oh yeah, yeah, you
Yeah,
did.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Yeah, still
Loving this
wearing it on
watch.
wrist, huh?
Enjoying it a lot. Yep.
That's
Yep. Yep.
great. That's great.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah. I
got
think this
the
one's a keeper for me.
Oh, okay.
I think
Okay.
so.
So, what people have been doing with those, right?
Yeah.
Especially the last iteration, the Mad Red,
Yeah.
uh, they've been flipping those, right?
There's
They've
been
been
a lot of flipping them. You know, our good friend Joe gave me
Mhm.
his allocation here or his lottery win.
Yeah,
So if I did pass it on, I would, you know, pass on the great deal to one of our
of
friends,
course. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
but I think this one's gonna stay.
Do you think these now that this is like the third version of the Mad One, the first one being mainly allocated
Mm,
to owners of MBNF watches, right?
yeah.
The second one, a lottery system. I think maybe the owners of MBNF watches got like first pick two of those. I'm not sure, but there was a lottery system for that. And
They're getting first crack at all of them actually,
okay,
from
there
what
you
I
go.
read.
So
Yeah.
um, and we saw with the red. We saw with the blue, some of them go up for market on market and going for from pretty hefty prices, right? I
Yeah.
mean, I think that watch retails around 2,900, $3,000. Um,
The first one was the least expensive.
right, right. That
Yeah.
was even less. Yeah.
This one retail, like, with everything added, comes out to US close to 3,500.
Oh, okay.
So
Okay.
the first one was quite a bit less than that.
Yeah, yeah. I think it was like around two.
And I think they said that that one was actually made by MB&F and
Mhm.
that they lost money on every one until they outsourced certain stuff for the second and third one to not lose money on every one. And I think this one was the first one that was planned for, like, general release
Yeah,
kinda yeah.
yeah.
But
So,
the red one ended up being general release, but this
yeah.
was, like, intended to be.
Right, right. So on the heels of the first one, which was blue,
Mm,
the red one, a lot of people, well, I don't know if a lot of people, but we know some people. Maybe we don't. Well, anyway, we've seen people. Well, I'm trying to think about going back in time in my head. We've
yeah.
seen people
A lot of
trade
people
in or sell those watches,
A
right?
lot of
And
people flipped the red and the blue,
yeah,
and I'm seeing this one getting flipped too.
now you're probably paying more attention to this than I am, even though that's not your intention. Are people getting the kind of um, bang for their buck like they did
You
with
know,
the red?
I only really paid attention to it before I knew I was getting one because I
Mhm.
was thinking, like, about buying one, right?
Right.
Like gray market. So what I saw was that the blue ones, the best deal I saw, I think they were coming down to, like, below 6, the blue one.
Mhm. Mhm.
Um, but people are still trying to get more than 6 for the blue ones.
Yeah.
The red ones I was seeing in the 4,000s, so,
Mhm,
you know, or even close to 4,000, so it's maybe 500 above retail, I would something
mhm,
like that.
mhm,
And then, again, seeing the first green ones arrive before, you know, Joe gave me his, they were definitely, like, asking a couple thousand above retail, but
mm.
again, it's that, "Here's the first ones to arrive. We're
Yeah.
gonna fish on eBay to see if somebody will pay 6, 7,000 for it."
Right.
But I'd be very surprised if, overall, like, now there's twice as many of these red and green ones, right, out there
Mhm,
together. Let's call the blue one special, right?
mhm.
The red ones managed to stay at or a little above retail. I think once the green ones are really out there, there's a good chance that the red and the green ones will be below retail
Right.
or at retail. So I think if there is a flipping opportunity, it's like today on the green
Yeah.
ones, you know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And maybe, those days in general for
Mm-mm.
this watch are over anyway
For a
to get
lot
a
of
bigger.
watches, right? Yeah.
Well, that's true. That's for sure.
Yeah.
I have I'm wearing the, Zin, 356, this evening.
Awesome.
Let's say hello to
Love
him.
that watch. Yep.
Yep. Hey, Maison is here. How you doing, Maison? Marceau still wearing the tourbillon. Bill K is
Oh,
here. Uh,
love that watch.
you love that? Yeah, yeah,
The
yeah.
UN. Actually, all the watches I'm looking at right now are all UN, but we can come back to that.
Really,
But yeah,
that's funny.
every one of them, like several different UNs.
Well, maybe we'll talk about that
Yeah,
in a
yeah, we
bit.
could.
Maison is wearing the, Moser Heritage Center Seconds, with the fume, blue fume. Very nice. Bruno is here. Hey, Detroit Spartan, what's going on, man? Hey, James, what's up, gangsters? Hey, we're just chilling. FB Wilson, Mr. Wilson is here. Greetings to you, Wayben. Good to see you, Greg S. Deech is here. Hey, buddy. Anish, how are you? Good to see you. Caliber is here. Yeah, Detroit seen Tool in concert many times. Yeah, this was the second time I've seen it. Mrs. Legs was telling me all the shows that she went to last night. She followed them for a while, it seems. Um, Chaz is here. How you doing, Chaz? Hey, Kevin is here. Justin strapped in, of course, as always. KR Joy, good to see you. Um, uh, okay. Let me just scrolling here a little bit. Okay, I think it looks like I've caught up with everybody. So before we get into a couple things that I want to just touch about. So what are the UNs
Oh,
that you're looking at?
um, so, um, I can pull up some
Yeah,
with you?
absolutely. That'd
Okay.
be great. Yeah,
All
yeah.
right. Well, so let me see. I'm on a really small screen. Share screen. Okay. So this is the 2001, the
Mm,
original UN Freak, right?
wow.
And it in white gold, and notable for many things, but one is that pretty much the whole movement is laid out on the minute's hand, right?
Wow.
And and that it has no crown, and that there's this massive mainspring barrel that fills the whole back of the watch to kind of power this giant hand moving around. And
Wow.
then it's hard to see in this picture, but let me see. You see how there's two escape wheels
Oh
here?
yeah. Hmm.
Okay. So, they it was the first watch to use silicon, and they did it basically to be able to realize this dual direct escapement, this direct impulse escapement that Ludwig Oxlin had kind of
Hmm.
used in a clock, but had never been able to get to work in a watch. Anyway, so I guess the dream would be a first gen,
Oh
2001
yeah.
Freak. Um, but there's a lot of others. So
Well, what is the pricing on those now?
I don't even know.
Yeah.
I saw one for about 40, and I've seen some for like much more than that. Um, if we go to the watch box, um, and we go to we just search Freak here, I'll show you a couple of my shopping kind of if
Yeah,
you don't
yeah.
mind.
Of
All right.
course not. Yeah, yeah.
Okay. So this is the second generation Freak, and it's a little bigger,
Mhm.
a little chunkier. I love this one too, and it retains the you see those
Oh, yeah.
two
Sure.
escape wheels,
Yeah.
right? And of course the general idea is retain. Now, if we look at the current Ulysse Nardin uh, offerings, I think that this so the Freak X, you can get these much lower than this retail price if you
Mhm.
shop around. It doesn't lay out the whole movement on the minutes hand. You see how it's different, right? It
Yeah.
still has the carousel, but it doesn't lay the whole thing out. It doesn't have the dual direct
Yeah.
escapement. Has a crown, so a lot of the kind of DNA is a little different. Um, they just came out this year with. Yeah, I'd love to get something kind of new from them, but and this is no crown. It has a lot of the DNA of the original Freak, and it puts the whole movement on the minute hand, but it doesn't have the dual direct escapement, which
Mm.
I don't know. It kind of eats at me a little. I also don't think it's as good looking as the first one.
Right.
Um, so that takes me to European. Um, and so they
We're still only on the watch box tab, Amin.
oh shouldn't be. Um, how about now?
Now I lost that screen. You
You
want to share
lost it
that screen again?
altogether?
Yeah,
Okay,
you want
let
to
me
share
see.
again?
Let me see. Share screen. Welcome to European Watch Company. Is it showing now?
Yep, there you go.
Okay. So here we got a couple of different Ulysse Nardin that if I okay, I'll come back to that first one. This one is a freak out. It's PVD. It has both the dual direct escapement and then the whole kind of
Mm.
movement thing
Mhm.
going on. Um, so this one I still like the first one, like the colors, the bold colors of the first one
Yeah,
and even the second one, but this one,
that looks sharp though.
I wanna try this on. They're local to me, so I'd like to try this on. And then they have a Freak X. I'd like to try this on too.
Yeah.
Obviously, a lower price point, and there's probably some room, I would think. And then this one is very similar to the one I used to have. It's the perpetual calendar, except
Mhm.
it adds a GMT, and it's of course black in white gold. Mine was like yellow gold and silver dial. So this is a perpetual calendar, very historic and groundbreaking mechanism. And then they added a GMT. I think this came out in 1998. Um, this watch is from 2001. Um, so obviously very different, but I really love this model too. So I guess
Uh,
those are the
James
ones
James
I'm
saying
looking at.
the service cost on turnaround on a Freak must be insane.
I'm guessing it's not so nice. Yeah. You know, the other thing I heard about a Freak that scares me a little bit is that um, Tim Masso said in one of his videos that if you have a first gen Freak that's been in for service, they sometimes change it. And I
Ah,
wonder if they change it by removing the dual direct escapement and replacing it with a standard, lever
yeah,
escapement. So
yeah. Yikes.
that would really, if I got to do my research, because if I invest a lot and find like the watch I really want, and then it goes in for the first service and they just totally change it, I would be
That'd be bummed. Yeah.
bummed out.
Marcel saying the Freak X is very cool. Love mine, but the Freak S is the coolest one, but it's 80K.
Yeah, I don't I stopped looking at a certain price.
Justin saying, does European watch company sell Grand Seiko? Because I think that would be hilarious. Okay.
You? They do?
Date wheel looks off on that one. I think Kevin was referring to
Oh,
that perpetual that calendar one.
yeah, yeah. I
Um,
can tell you the price on servicing that one is not as bad,
as
because although some may complain about it, the it's not crazy.
Colin says, "Watch shopping with Amin is so entertaining." I
So
think he
just
means that. I don't think he's being, I think he really means that. I think watch shopping with Colin with Amin is awesome.
with any of us, right? I
Yeah, yeah,
mean,
yeah.
let me show one more real quick.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
this is the freak us. This is what was just mentioned, and this we saw this at Watch Time in New York. This thing is unbelievable. It's so cool. And here, I think there's two balance wheels that are both inverted at an angle, and I'm guessing that they offset the error in each other due to gravity based on being at two different angles. So it's sort of like similar to what Grubel does in the double balancier and um, some other watches. So in addition to obviously looking like a spaceship and looking like super extra freaky and awesome, I think there's a lot of interesting engineering in this one.
James saying what would be awesome, what would be more entertaining would be a live purchase.
Yeah.
Uh,
If I ever do a live purchase, it's not going to be a freak.
I heard they replaced the moon with an
Yeah.
NH35. Remember the last time you sent a UN for service?
All right. All right.
Constance, do it. Amen, do it. Uh, I do mean it. He really wants you to do it.
No, I think he's saying he means that he likes watching me shop.
Oh, okay, okay,
Yeah.
okay. Millennium Falcon, for sure. It looks like that. You could bullseye a Womp Rat. Okay, now they're doing
So funny.
some Star Wars, references there. Hey, look, I mean, so jumped the gun here with that, and I love doing the watch shopping thing, but
Mm,
that was part of what I was going to start talking about. We're in November. Christmas is coming up. Black
mm,
Friday's
mm.
coming up in a couple of weeks, and I wanted to know from the chat and if there's anything that anybody has their eye on and looking for. I tell you what, like I'm kind of like in a mode where like I'm not really looking. I mean, I can't even get it out. I can't even get it out
Yeah,
without
you
laughing.
can't even say it.
But
That's too
right,
funny.
right. But I tell you what, like I have like an eBay coupon that I got
Mm,
from watch worn in the wound up meat, and
mm,
I got some like eBay bucks stored up, and I gotta tell you, man, a Nomos Club. I know I'm gonna get a lot of slack for that. I've been talking about Nomos Club a lot lately,
mm,
but something like that,
mm.
at the end of the year, if somebody's trying to get rid of it, I got these coupons going. I got this, and if I can get that for under 1K, I think I'm all over it. I think that's what I'm gonna be targeting.
Is that really realistic for one of those under 1K?
Well, I mean, look, so you see them floating around the 12, 13, $1,400 mark, a lot. And
Oh, I thought there were more than that. I thought they
well,
were over
the
2.
club, yeah. Well, I'm looking for a manual movement, right?
Okay.
So nothing with the automatic movement, which does bump up the price point for sure.
Okay.
But places like Watchbox, I'm always watching them because they if you put anything on your watch list, inevitably, especially now, they seem to
Yeah.
be sending you like an offer
Yeah.
at a discount, and if you could work with them a little bit more, and then on top of that, add in that 10% and those like $270 in eBay bucks, or points to use.
Mm.
I think it's quite possible to get that for a really good price. Um, MJ saying a well-engineered watch is a great thing, but I think a well-designed watch is better. So
Doesn't
maybe
like
that
the freak. Not a
doesn't
fan
like
of
the
the freak.
freak, it sounds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or at least that the spaceship one.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Mm.
Kevin, okay, here we go. I knew this was coming. Kevin says Bobby needs a Nomos Club once he gets his driver's license. Yeah, yeah. So like, okay, so at least you're letting me get my driver license for not waiting for me to go and graduate high school. Sure. Um, Colin says, I proclaim I'm not buying any more watches. All right, sure. Although Colin, I mean, nah, he's full of it.
He
He's
hasn't
full of it.
gone any decent amount of time without buying a watch either.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
also, hopeless.
I just say, cool story, Colin.
Yeah.
Let me finish that sentence. Maison says for Colin in the next 12 hours. Now, Caliber, on the other hand, if you want to bet on anyone, although he's bought something recently that can go anyone, if you want to bet on anybody who can go for a long period of time without picking up one, Caliber is your man. Hey, Detroit Spartan, he likes Nomos.
Mhm.
I appreciate the stamp of approval, Detroit. Um, Something that I'll be looking for. Hey, Kevin is looking for an Alpina Alpiner. What a great name. Um, Almost as good as the Citizen. The Citizen, a watch that you and I own and loved. You
True.
know,
It's not all about the name.
it's not all about the name. Um, if I was on a budget, I'd buy a Nomos and I'd own a Tagamet GMT.
Mm,
Yeah, I think I know what you're talking about there, Detroit. Um, Pining for an Alpiner. Yeah. Caliber. I like Nomos too. Looking forward to it. Bobby Caliber, a fan of Nomos, and I know he owns. Uh, Pretty sure he owns a club
mm.
as well. Yeah. So I mean, like, okay. So other than like the UN, I mean, is there anything that if you're looking at, something comes across your computer, Black Friday that can really
There's
really tempt you?
always temptations, you
Uh,
know? If there was a really good I have a little bit of regret for canceling my deposit on the Louis Erard Chaikin,
oh yeah, yeah,
and,
okay.
Watchbox has one now, the smaller size in purple for, like, 6,000 something,
Mm,
which is a
mm.
couple thousand over retail.
Retail, yeah.
Um, if the right deal came around, it would be very tempting. Um, those, magnums are a little bit, tempting.
Uh, I don't think Hobby Bobby's on the chat.
Uh,
Uh,
and, I'm trying to think. Yeah, I mean, different things come around, but right now,
mm,
a lot of thought about UN
yeah.
and, yeah.
Our boy Divvy was looking at a UN, right?
Mm,
I'm not going to say which one it was because, you know, I think it's out there and he's looking at it. Hey, Marceau says, I like the white dial Nomos Tangenti Sport Neomatic 42, but I'd get the Ultracron before getting that one. Okay. Kevin looking forward to Black Friday sales at sales. Yeah, yeah.
that's
We
nice.
need more Panerai. I think I'm down with that. I'm down with Panerai. Um, I know a guy who can hook you up with those magnums. Yeah, when the talk about those magnums were going around at first, like I typed in and I didn't know the exact spelling, right?
Mm, yeah.
So like you can imagine it's like guns and condoms,
Yep,
right,
yep.
coming up. You know what I mean? So I'm like,
100%.
what's going on? Oh man. All right. So I think maybe once we get closer to Black Friday,
Mm,
we probably have more of an idea, and the chat might have more of an idea. I also was thinking about like um dive watches recently,
mm.
right?
By the
And
way, I'm
yeah.
also susceptible to if there's, like, Macy's sales on
Oh
Citizens
yeah,
and
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Seikos, like, that's pretty much, always a threat.
You actually like going into the Macy's.
I go to the mall, like, my wife and daughter drag me to the mall a lot, a
Yeah,
lot, a lot,
yeah.
and they do their own thing, and they're in, like, places that I don't wanna be, like Sephora and, um, what or some other ones, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like
yeah, of course. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
So, what am I gonna do? There's not that many things to do at the mall for me.
Instead of like going like the Cinnabon, right? You're gonna go, you go
Trying
to
to
Macy's. Try,
try not to eat the Cinnabon, right? So,
yeah.
yeah, and there's not really any high-end watch stores in the malls we tend to go to, so yeah, there's some cool things to look at in some Macy's. Did Rob freeze?
I'm back. Am I
Oh,
back?
you're back. All right.
Yeah, I saw that too. I scrolled.
Yeah.
Hey, the problem is with some I feel like some of these Macy's it's hit or miss because I've been
Yeah.
to some Macy's and there's like
Oh, yeah.
nothing.
There's a couple malls near us, and one Macy's is way better than the other Macy's, and, Kevin's right, I get stuck in Claire's a lot at the mall, like, a lot.
What's Claire's? Like I guess it's been a
Claire's
while
is
for me.
like, for my daughter's 10, like, at that age, there's, like, like, really super inexpensive earrings and necklaces and hairpins and little
Yeah,
bags and stuff, so
and then what's after that? Is like Forever 21, like or something like that. Like when she gets older, or like
I didn't get there yet. I mean,
yeah,
you know,
Bebe
uh,
is Bebe still a store? Bebe,
not that
do
I
you
know
remember?
of, but, like, sh being Claire's, like, usually she'll get one little cheap thing, you
Yeah,
know, but she takes forever to pick it, right?
yeah.
So then I'm just like, and they have no chairs in there. The internet's spotty. It's rough, man.
Yeah, yeah. I remember, it's been a really long time, I think, that I've been to I mean, that I've spent any times at malls, and, like, I would just go to, like, Just Lids,
Mm,
right? That's, like, what I would go to,
yeah,
and, where else would I go? Spencer's, right? I
mm,
don't know, maybe get some
yeah,
shirts or, lava lamps, and then, like, yeah, I mean, I think that's it. I mean,
yeah,
I don't know
yeah.
what I
Yeah, there's nothing for me there, you
yeah,
know? There's that one watch store, like a dedicated watch store, but it's really, not not really for me.
nothing for you.
The
Hey,
best thing they have is Seiko and Citizen, and their selection's worse than Macy's.
oh man, it's so disappointing when you go to a Macy's and it's like the bad Macy's
Mm, mm.
when it comes to watches.
True.
Hobby Lobby, I heard that. I had to pull over the car just so I can make my presence known. I think Kevin and Dib should buy me out since they vouched for those.
Yeah, they vouch with their own money, in fact.
Yeah, yeah. Nilo is here. What's up, Nilo? Good to see you. Yeah, Chaz pegged you for a Spencer's guy. That's interesting.
What is Spencer's?
It's like one of those shops where it has like gags, like gag gifts and like like posters and like shirts and like
Hmm,
just like gag kind of like
okay.
stuff, like and lava lamps and just like
Okay, okay.
stuff like you would probably
I don't think we have a Spencer's. I
yeah,
think we have similar stores to that. Yeah.
stuff that like if you were in the 90s you decorate your like dorm room with. Do you know what I mean?
In college, yep,
In
yep,
college, yeah,
yep.
yeah, yeah.
I'm trying to
Uh,
think, we have a place sorta like that, I forget the name. They also have, like, comic-related anime kinda stuff and
it's like Hot Topic or something like that. Like that's
no,
another
not
one.
Hot
I don't know.
Topic. I'm
But you
trying
know
to
what
think.
I don't know
Yeah,
why I know this.
yeah. I don't know them as well as you do,
Yeah,
but I'm definitely a Macy's guy.
yeah.
I'm
Well, I mean, Colin says you're a Macy's well.
I don't know about the whale part, that sounds a little mean, but,
Deech hasn't been to a mall in 20
oh,
years.
wow. Uh,
Um, just right. Didn't know Claire's was still around.
oh, yeah,
Uh,
Claire's
it's like, oh
full
my
force.
God.
Yep, yep.
I've never heard of
I
Claire's.
should
I've never,
invest in Claire's. I mean,
yeah.
it's packed all the time. I mean,
Uh,
it's probably the most packed store. Like, it's like, during flu season, it's like, everybody's in there packed together, coughing, sneezing.
uh, Chad says he usually goes to the food court. Bobby buying back Black Light posters at Spencer's. Sure, man. Definitely get like some Pink Floyd posters. I could see Rob in Hot Topic. Uh, I mean, if I was buying like a Slipknot T-shirt, I don't know. I mean, like that's the only reason why. I don't know. Pac Sun. Oh, I remember Pacific Sun. Sure. Um, no vouch for Kevin. Um, Rob wore a studded leather choker. No, no, that's not me. It's like a fake headshot. That's a good way to
Mm.
describe Spencer's, right? Um, love Spencer's when I was 12. Every mall has a Spencer's. Wow, we really sparked some conversation here with the
Oh, my
mall
mall
talk.
has a Spencer's and a Hot Topic, and I've never been in either one.
Sharper image, yeah. So I think you may have heard of me talking about my friend Goo every once in a while, the guy I
Mhm,
went to
mhm.
college with. And like after we graduated college, like he like decorated he pretty much decorated his apartment
Mm.
with like all stuff from like Sharper Image, like stuff like nobody needs. You know, like the glass with the fake water fountain, like that kind of stuff. Like mood lights and
Oh my
whatnot,
god.
and it was just like lava lamps, and like the guy was like in his mid 20s.
That's funny.
You know what I mean? And that was an awesome place. He had this like he spent like hundreds of dollars on this alarm clock that was actually like a globe,
Mm.
and it would slowly turn on to wake you up, right? Instead
Oh,
of like hearing like the alarm like
that's pretty cool.
I mean, it was ahead of his time, but I
Yep.
mean, like it was just ridiculous, like amount of money that he would spend there.
Mm.
Um, see here, friends and family and Amin, new Macy's promotion. Um, straight for the massage chair, of course. Uh, that's where he got no, the Slayer hoodie I got at a Slayer show. Not they don't have that at Hot Topic. Chaz is saying I got a bottle of perfume once at a Spencer's that smelled like rotten eggs. Had fun with
Oof.
that on the bus ride to away games in high school.
Terrible.
Yeah, yeah. Hey, Dib's here. What's up, Dib? How you doing? Mall shop's nice. People love when we bring up Goo. Foosball table at Goose. No, but I tell you what. I mean, if he had space, he totally would have gotten the foosball table. Totally. That's so Goo. Um, Dib didn't grow up with a mall experience and doesn't appreciate the novelty of the late 20th century consumerism. Um, fake water fountain, fake water, or fake fountain. Well, it was like a glass. Like it looked like a glass, and then it had like and it was like lights, and it had like a little plastic and like drops, and it looked like it tried to make it look like water was coming out of it. You know what I mean? It's just
Mm.
yeah. I mean, I'm sure if you just Google that, you'd be able to find it. Did a goo buy a predator statue? No. Okay, next stream, Amin has a lava lamp in the background and a leather studded shirt on. Um, in high school, I bought some purple manic panic to dye my hair with from Hot Topic. Wow, wow. Did you ever dye your hair, Amin?
Like, it like in summer camp in elementary school, but I don't remember if I dyed it or somebody dyed it while I was
Ah,
sleeping or, this kind of thing, but yeah.
okay,
Yeah.
that's horrible.
It was all fun.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
I think maybe like yeah, I had like one year like that sun in spray and then you spray it on
Mm,
your
mm,
hair
mm.
and then like the sun
Yeah.
was
Yeah, yeah.
like I think I did try
To
it didn't
bleach it. Yeah.
yeah it didn't really work for me. It worked for another friend of mine and it just
Mm,
looked bad. It just looked
mm.
bad and he was stuck with that for like 6 months. Um but um but anyway, quite the revelation. I'm in opening up for sure. Um about the dye
About
hair
the hair?
or the hair.
Oh,
Yeah.
man.
Um, Bobby likes frosted tips. No, but I could picture Colin having like frosted tips. No?
I could see it
Yeah.
in the right era.
We've seen some pictures of young Colin.
Mhm.
He was pretty wild. He was pretty out there. Um, Justin saying, the truth, I had purple hair at my sister's eighth grade graduation. My dad was oh, okay, Dib. Some watch. All right. Sorry, Dib.
There's always one in the crowd who
Always one in
wants
the
to watch.
crowd, and his name is Dib. Um, so I was thinking about dive watches
Mm,
recently, and I was like, I kind of like maybe should be looking also at a dive watch, but I wanted to keep it like relatively inexpensive, and
mhm,
and like you've had some Mariners in your past,
mm.
right? I think you've had one in your past. You have an S&P,
I have an
Omega.
SMP,
You've
I
had some
have a
Seiko,
Helios,
Helios.
I have a Willard. I'm trying to think of the ones I have right now, dive watches.
Mhm.
Um, Seiko, SMP, Willard, and I got a Quartz Citizen, couple of Quartz Citizens.
Yeah, yeah.
Yep.
So I go by the philosophy now that, like, I don't really need to spend like Submariner money
Mhm,
for
mhm.
for a dive watch, um, but I can keep that price point a little bit lower. I mean, is
Are you
that
trying to keep it German right now or not necessarily?
not necessarily? I mean, like, this is
Mhm.
this is just like an exercise. Or this is just I want to throw out some ideas out there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And not necessarily that I would do this. I mean, I do have the U50 in my mind, but
Mm.
I'm thinking I'm missing out. Like, is a Seamaster, is that like the best diver right now? I mean,
I think it's for me, it's you can't beat it.
yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, like, for that price point, especially when you could get it in a pre-owned market,
Yeah.
and that all that watch,
Yeah.
I mean, it is really not that much better. And chat, like, I would love to hear what alternatives you guys think. But I could go U50, and for just a few $100s more, I think I could get like a Seamaster, and that has like its own in-house movement in there,
Yeah.
coaxial movement, probably chronometer
I'm
grade.
crazy about the Seamaster.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
don't I don't I think it's undervalued, like, underrated. I just don't
And is it
really know
because
why.
they made just to make a ton of them? Is that the reason why it's so, like,
I don't
undervalued?
know. I really
Yeah.
don't know. I mean, I think that people maybe because it's constantly compared to the Submariner,
Hmm.
and, but even then, I think it compares very well. I don't I
Yeah.
just think it's, like, groupthink that that causes under it to be underrated,
Yeah. Yeah.
and I
Kevin.
particularly love it on rubber.
Yeah, I think your watch looks great on. Kevin, another BB58. I mean, like, I've had the love affair with the Black Bay 58. Bought it, rebought it, and I think that moment has passed for me. Like, I think, like,
You've had 3,
yeah,
including
I've
the
had
2
three.
colors.
You're right, in
Yeah.
two colors, correct. And I think, like, for like the same, like, price point, like, I mean, I can get a pre-owned, Seamaster in great
Mm.
shape. That's more looks more like a dive watch. See, the Black Bay 58 looks, more, it's more elegant, right? I mean, in a sense that it
I think
doesn't
it's
really.
like a perfect watch, and you can get it
Yeah.
in the color of your choice,
Hmm.
the bracelet or strap of your choice.
I wouldn't
Um,
even go bracelet, right? I mean, I think for
yeah,
me, the bracelet I mean, I'm sure it's fine. It just doesn't. I think it looks better on rubber.
I like it better on rubber.
Yeah. Detroit saying, I do feel like Dib needs to bleach his hair like we all did in high school. Okay, all right. We'll
What
probably.
color would you get?
A blue. I like
Blue.
that. I like that blue,
Yeah.
and I'm crazy about that two tone, right, with the Sedna
Mm.
gold. And, like,
Oh,
I've seen
yeah,
that
yeah, you've
watch.
been long time now. Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen that watch
Mm,
in the low fours.
mm,
You know what I mean? And on rubber, right? And and
mm.
and man, that's just the two tone. That's such a good looking piece. I saw it
Yeah.
in person at the boutique about last year, and I was just like, wow, wow. And
That
then I wasn't
that's
even interested. I wasn't interested in two watches, Omega watches. I wasn't interested ever or much so in the Speedmaster or the
mm,
Seamaster until that particular moment when I saw both of them. And I've seen them before in person, but something hit me about seeing them in the boutique that day,
yeah.
and I just totally flipped the way I felt about them.
Yeah, when I say I think it's the Submariner, I think it's that people nitpick it that it's thicker than a Submariner and that the bezel's harder to grip than a Submariner.
Mhm.
But, like, I feel like those are such nitpicky like, it's like you it's like finding reasons to not like something that you'd otherwise be super happy with, you
Yeah,
know?
and the helium escape valve people also complain about
Yeah,
too.
yeah, and some people don't like the skeleton hands, but I feel like all of that is like, well, I'm I'm not gonna obviously I can only speak for myself, but I feel like, I used to find reasons to nitpick watches that I would otherwise really love, and I feel like I've kind of pretty much completely stopped doing that, and
Mm,
if
mhm.
I'm not saying other people should stop doing that, to each their own,
Yeah,
but I think that watch is amazing watch.
yeah. Chaz, love me some Seamaster.
Yeah.
Dib saying, I'm not cool enough for alternate haircuts. Oh, okay. All right, so be it then. But maybe like a faux mohawk, circa Ronaldo in the 2000s. Maybe you go with that look. I think that you look pretty sweet with that. Hardly in the affordable bracket, but I'm wondering if I can justify a Geo CQ panel date, given that I already have a Blancpain 50,000. So the Blancpain 50,000, I believe it's a 45 millimeter, right? I mean, it's a pretty big.
Depends
Uh,
which one you have, but
well, it depends
yeah,
on which
the
ones
the
you have,
usual
right? Of
one,
course.
yeah.
Yeah. The CQ I think is 43, the one with the big date that you're talking about. So that's a big watch as well. But that big date is so great on that watch, and
They're
then
very different watches.
they're
You
very
can you
different
you can
watches. Yeah,
justify that.
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
The 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 50 Fathoms may be more um tool-like in appearance, right? Depending on which one you have, right?
Mhm,
And then the CQ, just a totally different look.
mm,
And I think they both can coexist. I agree with Amin.
mm.
Um, Kevin S. I collect German watches and a Seamaster, making fun of me. Seamaster is a great buy now. Look, I can collect German watches and get Swiss watches, right? I mean,
Yep.
like, Kevin, don't paint me in a corner, you know. Um, Greg saying a Seamaster is high on his list for sure. SMP on the rubber all the way. Um, Deech got offered my Seamaster 300 back, the 2254 50 Black Wave dial. Great watch, 41 millimeter watch. That's a really one. Neil loves the green Seamaster. What are your thoughts on the green one? Um,
I like all the colors. I think
mhm.
they all look great. Green one looks amazing. Our friend
Yeah,
Alex has a green one, and it's one of his favorite watches. He's got so many nice watches. Um,
yeah.
I think it's fantastic.
There's probably not a color way that I don't
Mm,
like in the Seamaster,
yeah.
that I can think of. Um, can't go wrong with a Seamaster. Here comes the Dressy Diver speech with the Black 58. Yep, yep. You know me so well, Kevin S. Um, Seamaster is one of the most talked about five watches, not really undervalued. So, did pushing back on your claim there, Ahmed.
From what I hear, what I can say is I like it a lot better than what I keep hearing the general consensus of the watch. So for
Mm-hmm.
me, it's undervalued.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Uh,
people say it's great, they sell a lot of them, they talk about them a lot, but I think it's even better than what people say about that watch.
yep, gotcha. And Maison throwing out Planet Ocean as an option, to the Seamaster, although a lot of those Planet Oceans are very,
Mhm,
very thick. Some of the older ones, like
mhm,
Colin has, that's a
mhm,
great
mm.
Seamaster from the early 2000s. Um, I'm sensing a demise. No, 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 Kevin. No, no, no. I'm still a German watch guy through and through. Um, BB saying the BB 58
Mm.
on Jubilee style bracelet is an instant buy. Do they have the BB 58s on there, Jubilee? I know the black base 41s.
Mm.
The heritage divers. They're coming in, the Jubilee. Um, hey, Steve is here. Good to see you.
Hey, Steve.
Someone get Bobby a U50 stat. Um, J Thor saying the bezel action is much improved on the green dial. Oh, okay.
It's for me, mine's great on the white. I mean, it's again, I think when people say it's hard to grip, I mean, they a lot of people I think are like, I hear them say, if your hands are wet, wetsuit, underwater,
Yeah,
come on, get
yeah,
real. Like, seriously. You're sitting at your desk playing with it. It's very easy to spin the thing.
yeah, yeah. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Um, Dibby with a would be a machine if you had a cheetah print hair. Wow, totally blew my mind on that one. I didn't see that coming to Joyce Farm, but I think you're right. Um, wait, did you just suggest Dib have spiky troll hair? Hmm. Handsome, handsome, handsome guy that Dib. I think he could wear multiple hairdos. Nomus Club Sport Neomatic 42.
Hmm.
Tutama, M2 Coastline.
Oh,
Not a big
I
fan
like
of
that.
those. Do you like
I
those? I'm not a huge
The
fan.
ones on I think on rubber? Is that the one he's talking about? Titanium on rubber with the
Yeah,
yellow
yeah,
dial and those black dial? Dude, those are great looking. You don't like them?
yeah. I don't know,
I
man.
think
They're a
the
little.
intern's right. You kinda don't like German watches. It's
Wait,
kinda
what did he just say that?
No,
Did he
no,
just?
he has said that.
No, there's other Tudamas that I like. I just don't like that diver. Are you pulling it up? Is that what you're doing? You're searching for it?
I was gonna pull it up.
This
I
is
was
what we,
thinking of the 7 Seas.
you were thinking of Seven Seas. Yeah, that one's okay. That
Okay,
one's okay.
okay, what the coastline looks good too.
Share your screen.
Okay, I'm on some store. Let
Oh,
me
okay.
see, let me see.
Yeah.
On such a small screen now. Damn it. Okay. So this 7 Seas I think is damn it. It's not the best picture, but I think it's a good looking watch.
Yeah, I mean it's okay.
Tudema 7 Seas. Um, looks good in orange too. On
It's better on orange.
close. And then what did he say? Coastline?
Yeah, the M2 Coastline.
I don't know if this is M2. Yeah, M2 Coastline. It's a good looking watch.
Hmm. I don't think the divers are their strong suits.
Okay, all right.
If you ask me. Still have a pro diver. That's okay. It's okay. Um, Bobby, have you considered? Hey, Marcel, you know what you're doing there. You're trying to get a rise out of me.
Let's look at the new Oris real quick.
Oh, no.
I got it queued up.
Oh man.
Um, you know, Hobby Bobby says we're a little unfair to this watch. Let me.
Are we talking about the collective one?
He said that the collective one that he watched the Bark and Jack video, and that he thinks we're price is a little too high, but that we're um, you know we're not quite acknowledging
Mm.
the positives.
What are the positives?
I have
What,
no
what are
bleeping idea. I have no idea.
where's that comment? Where's that? I got to scroll down and
No,
find
no,
that.
this was a private comment.
Oh, private comments. Okay.
Yeah. This looks to me like a a blank special. The repainted eBay watches, right? That are not genuine Oris,
Yeah.
and somebody got out their paint
Yeah.
and made a Oris watch.
I mean,
It's
does it?
just horrific.
Oof, oof, this is terrible. That is terrible. Now,
And before somebody accuses me of snobbery or you of snobbery, this is not a cheap watch. This is this is 5 grand,
oh,
almost 5 grand, right? So this is not like we're slagging off some cheap watch. This is a lot of the watches we're seeing are great. Like you can get a two-tone Seamaster for this money. You could certainly get a steel Seamaster for this money. I mean, I know they're different, right? One's kind of a all arounder, and one is like this vintage looking, totally different looking watch. But boy, difference not necessarily good.
I mean, who's getting this? I mean, like, uh, I mean, I no, look. I mean, I just don't know what to say. I don't. I mean, like, I don't want to. If people like this, I don't want to offend anybody because that everybody's got their own taste. I'm sure there's something that I like that people are like, "What does
Yeah,
that
yeah.
guy
Of
think of?"
course, of course.
Um,
It's all personal, and nobody's taste is better than anybody else's taste. So hopefully, we're not offending anybody.
but when we think of like some of these like, and look, I know that the whole idea of the collective has transformed, right?
Mm,
I mean, once it was more of a seclusive group, right? And they did these great collabs with Moser and IWC and others,
Mm.
and now they're morphed into like an online shop, and they do something like this, and this is just so bad. Like who? Like I mean, I talked about this like the other day. Like whose idea was this? Like who was in the
Eh,
room when they were talking about this one?
yeah, I don't know, and some people are we should go to the chat because some of them like it or think it's okay, but I actually would just wanna say also that this this, I like this watch, this Diver 65. Can you see my screen
Yeah,
here?
yeah, yeah.
It's
I see
it's
it.
it's it's not a very different base design, and I'm a fan. I like this when it was released, I still like it, so
Yeah.
I'm not against Oris or this design, but for some reason, this collective one, I just think it looks repainted. It looks like a hack job to me.
Yeah, look, like the one you're showing, I mean, it's respectable. I mean, I respect
I
it. I mean, I wouldn't
I
get it.
genuinely like it.
Yeah.
I've considered in the past to buy it.
No, you haven't, really?
Yes, I did,
Wow.
in like, a while back.
5 years ago.
A while when it came out, okay. Um, so let me stop sharing here.
Yeah.
Um, go to the chat.
A different colorway would be cool. Now we're talking the Oris is a great watch. Dave, I know you don't really believe that. I know you
It's
don't.
true.
This color is brutal. Um, this looks like an
And I
old
like
Toyota truck.
it does. I like 70s watches.
I do too. I do
This
too.
looks like, what's the guy from, Cars? Mater from Cars?
Yeah. Yeah,
You
yeah,
know,
yeah, yeah,
that
yeah,
truck,
yeah,
those
yeah, yeah.
colors, but
Uh,
with a but combined with a Mumbai special.
yeah. I call that one, the Caldor. Oh, remember that store, Caldor? Oris already did a watch like that a few years ago for Revolution.
Okay.
Um, Michael B doesn't like it. Maybe the Oris is better in person. NJ, I like your positivity.
It's almost always true, right?
Yeah, it
It's
is always
almost always true.
yeah, it's true. But how about me standing by it, standing by the watch? Well, then let's see you. No, you know what? I'm not going to encourage you to get anything.
Okay, let's really quick look at the one Kevin just mentioned, right? Because
Let me scroll down here.
I think
Or 65.
this is way better. I just wanted to say, I think it's way better.
I mean, barely.
Barely? Okay. To me, it's
It's
way better.
barely better. It's
To me,
barely better.
it's much, much better. But anyway, all right, I'm gonna close it and we can go back to the chat here.
It's 70s looking harkens back to when gas was rationed and everybody wore polyester.
And I have fond memories of that time.
I do too. But
Yeah.
this watch does not harken any of that.
No, not for me.
Underachieving watch collector saying, I think Adrian spooked that watch because Oris paid him.
I mean, without slandering or libel or whatever, I'm guessing something along those kinda lines, but by the way, I saw him again. I don't know why I even clicked on it because I find him really off-putting, but he was talking about how again, about how big brands want to pay him to do videos about their stuff to promote it
Yeah,
without disclosing it's a promotion. I just have a hard time feel like he seems this seems to be his new thing is this whole, you know, I'm really moral and I'm not doing that. I just find it very
yeah,
yeah.
very off-putting, right?
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
that Oris looks like a carpeted van that cannot be cleaned, James. Hey, Luke, a watch only Iron Man Stewart would wear. They paid him. That's what Detroit Spartan's saying.
Mm.
Matches some 70s orange shag carpet. Yeah, I mean, look, like you said, I mean, I have very fond memories of the 70s and 80s. I like the styling of a lot of watches for the
Yeah.
70s, but man, that just reminds me of like a yellow orange sun Arizona, like in the sun. Nothing against Arizona, certainly not if it's in a a world timer by Moritz Grossman, Phoenix. Anyway, it's just like I feel like heat generated from
Mm.
that watch, and it's just like mm, I don't know. Mike is saying the '70s just puked on a watch. Wow. Um, the colors are just way too goddamn fun for you. Maybe it is. Maybe that's too much fun. Maybe I'm not as fun as I used to be. Um,
That could be it. We're not fun.
the Time and Tide dude owns part of the gin company they promote on their podcast. Okay. um, that watch would look better with gold polyester suit. Hmm? Okay, maybe you're right, UWC. Maybe you got to pair it up with some clothing,
You
and
gotta
maybe
do
it'll
the
fly.
whole thing. You
Yeah, you
can't
got to.
go halfway.
I'd wear it, and if you were in my presence, you'd think it was cool.
That's a tough one.
Colin is saying, "Put your money
Yeah,
where your mouth is."
right now, while we're streaming,
Right now, Hobby Bobby.
you'll be the first one to ever buy live on the stream.
Yeah,
That multiplies the coolness of it for sure.
right. And then you'll get sell it in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Uh, those two are money hungry. Bamford is cool. That watch will look great with a really long sleeve shirt, right, to hide the watch. Okay, gotcha. Uh, well, hey, look, it's always a good way to end the stream when bashing something that Oris does. Look again, like I do, and I know it's a joke, or it seems to be a joke, but I do respect what they do. You know what I mean? In general, and I understand the appeal that it has, Oris has to a lot of people. But man, like when they get out of their lane,
Mm.
that's when it gets like it gets off. It gets crazy. They're just not really good with doing that kind of stuff. Um,
So
you
I was looking up that Oris. First of all, I like these Orochi Minazes. They're not new. This is just like a first look. But I just saw this ad for new Mudmasters. Like this looks really cool.
yeah,
You've had Mudmasters.
I love the Mud
Is
Masters.
this similar to the ones you had?
Um,
This looks super cool to me. And then I clicked through, and then apparently these are like new Mudmasters.
yeah, it's similar. I mean, like there's definitely some differences. I mean, there's different levels of Mud Master now. It seems right.
Like,
But
let me share.
yeah,
I don't know. I'm having trouble with the share, but tell me if this is coming across.
yeah,
Like these look really good. I think. Are these the one that was in the ad?
yeah, yeah. They look like
I
they're
think so.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. The ad
What is
looks
the price point
better.
on that one?
Say again.
What's the price point on that one? I can't really make it.
800.
Yeah, yeah. So I mean, like the Mud Masters. I mean, they range from, or at least I don't know if they were discontinued or not. I haven't been up with it lately, but you can get Mud Masters like in a 300, 400 range. I guess
Mm,
depending, they've gone up market with some of these versions. I mean, I think that one looks great.
yeah.
Um, I mean, I like that red and black combination.
Yeah.
I think it looks pretty sharp. Um,
Yeah. I don't know what any of this stuff does, but it's cool looking.
Oh, so Dichu, who's actually got his ear to the ground when it comes to G Shocks, right?
Mm.
Says they're horrible. Most people in the groups don't like them. Hmm.
Most people in the groups don't like this Mudmaster.
I'm thinking like in the G Shocks group. That's what he's
Oh,
referring to.
I wonder why.
Um, yeah, I like the Mudmaster line more than the. Oh, now I'm drawing a blank on the other line that I had that was more like aeronautical.
Mm,
Flight Master. Is it Flight? No,
mm,
no, it's not Flight Master. Well, one of yeah.
mm,
So Mud Masters and Frogmen. I like both those.
mm.
Those are really a lot of fun. G Shocks are always a lot
Deej,
of
tell
fun.
us why they don't like him.
Man, people are really pushing us to do a live purchase. Um, Range Master. Thank you, Chaz. Yeah. I'm more of a fan of the Mud Master. Um, Kevin S. Deech. No love for the Mudmaster. Deech, where are you typing away, buddy? Are you typing away? We need to know. Um, Von Cruel is saying, I appreciate the Mudman's sensors. That I'll probably never use. Thank you. That's actually what it was, not the Range Master. It's the Gravity Master. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
There's so
Um,
many masters in all different companies, you know? Seiko Landmaster, there's like, obviously Speedmaster, Seamaster,
yeah,
a
yeah,
lot of masters.
yeah. Frogman, I'm a big fan of the Frogman. Well, and maybe we'll leave it up to Deech next time
Mm.
to find out what's going on.
Yeah, yeah, I gotta
Uh,
find out
yeah, like why wouldn't people like that?
because
I don't
that
know.
that I could see you're talking about Christmas purchases, things like
Mm,
that. That could be,
that's an easy one, right? That's an easy one to do.
that to be a possible. Yeah,
Here we go.
especially if there's a sale.
The new design is horrible. Looking at the Mudmasters, look at the GWG 2000 or the old Mudman.
Ajay, it's breaking news right now. This is alleged news. I don't wanna get Bobby, in trouble here, but he's breaking
Oh, FBI arrested
allegedly.
TPG allegedly. Wow, wow.
Oh my
Ajay,
god.
it's devastating. Yeah, Caliber confirming. Yes, it's true.
Oh my god.
Um,
Ajay, send some money in to the guy. That's your boy.
that's your boy.
Yeah.
CBS News
Oh
reporting.
my god. Ajay, start a GoFundMe for
Ooh,
TPG.
is he canceling your last few classes? Wow, wow, wow. Well, you know what? Saved by the bell because I really have zero interest talking about TPG.
Yeah.
I
On
really do.
that note.
On that note. Anyway, hey, Amin, thanks for joining, man.
Yeah,
You've
thanks,
been
Rob.
great.
It's always fun.
You saved the day. And chat, you're the best. Thank you so much. Have a good one. We'll see you on Sunday night for another episode. We'll get the band back together for Watch Soup. Looking forward to that one. And have a great rest of your week, guys. Take care.
See you guys.